proceeded with a night out. Just as Enugu State government appreciates and rewards the Rangers International Football Club for their victory at the NPFL competition. Details of these and more coming your way. My name is Chika Ugu, and I'll be back shortly. Good to have you join us on today's edition of Lion Building in Action. It's time to walk the talk. Governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, held their forum at the Government House Enugu, where they raised concerns over the unprecedented hardship faced by citizens of the country, among other critical national issues. Do take a listen. The 13 governors who converged on the Enugu State Government House for meeting deliberated on critical issues of national interest, which resulted to the issuance of a communique. Delivering the communique, the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Senator Bala Mohammed, explained that although the governors are in support of Labour's demand for substantial salary raise for workers, they urged the body to put into consideration the ability of the federal government and other tiers of governments to pay. Other critical national issues deliberated were measures to ensure a successful and victorious upcoming elections in Edo and Ondo states, need to work in tandem to address and resolve the River State government crisis. The governors also expressed support for the local government autonomy as enshrined in the constitution of the country.
The forum admonishes all the parties to the election to ensure that campaigns are issues-based, violence-free, and in strict compliance with the provisions of the Electoral Act. Urges the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to provide a level playing field that guarantees transparent, fair, and unimpeachable elections, as any act of bias will be totally resisted. Urges Mr. President to show leadership as a true Democrat by refraining from making any statement suggestive of political interference in the entire process. The economy. The forum notes with dismay and grave concern the mismanagement of the economy by the APC-led federal government. Minimum wage negotiations. The minimum wage negotiations are becoming unduly protracted in the face of the attendant unprecedented hardship and impoverishment of the majority of the people. The forum resolves as follows. The labor's demand for a substantial salary raise is eminently justified and therefore commands the total support of the forum. B. While the forum fully supports labor's demand, agreement must take into consideration the ability to pay by the subnational, the federal government, and the third tier of government.
The chairman of the party also used the opportunity to commend the governors for their innovative leadership skills, which has brought tremendous development in various sectors in their state, and urged them not to relent in their pursuits for economic growth. The governors are optimistic that their party, if restored to its past glory, can positively address the challenges in the critical sectors of the economy. All work and no play makes Jack a dullard. This saying came to play the night which preceded the Governors' Forum, as the PDP governors were treated to a cultural night out. We captured the colorful night of splendor for your viewing delights. display set the tone for a night of bliss. It was a convergence that brought together not just the PDP governors, but dignitaries from all walks of life, including the past governor of Enugu State, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, and his deputy, Cecilia Ezilu, past national and state assembly members, as well as top government functionaries. It was indeed time away from work to unwind, interact, and relieve stress in a cordial environment. The blissful atmosphere with thrilling local music left the governors, who were well kitted in Igbo traditional attires, with no other option than to wear their dancing shoes and step on the dance floor.
Tomorrow is here. State governor, Achieva. Oh yeah. Jose. Yeah. Oh yeah. Egunduku. Welcome. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bruce. Oh yeah. Okay, man. Tomorrow is here. To go down.
It was not the usual gathering of long speeches, and so Governor Peter Mba simply welcomed his guests to the cosmopolitan and hospitable state, promising them a fun-filled night.
I have the honor to welcome you all to Enugu State. I am truly delighted to welcome you to this great historic city of Enugu. You may have just noticed what we represent as Enugu, a melting pot of all ethnic groups. My task here is just to welcome you most profoundly for choosing Enugu as the venue of our Governors Forum. You would notice that within these short remarks, I have said welcome, welcome, copiously, repeatedly, because this is what runs in our DNA as people of Enugu. When you go out there on the streets, you're going to be told the same thing. No, no, Deje, welcome, welcome. Because that is what Enugu is renowned for, is known for, the city of hospitality, the cosmopolitan city.
The auspicious night out was an exposition of the country's rich culture and its strength in diversity, with various cultural dance displays. about Nights of Bliss. The winners of the Nigeria Professional Football League, NPFL, the Rangers International Football Club, were treated to a banquet where the governor announced a cash reward of 50 million naira to the club in addition to non-cash incentives. A convivial environment away from work and daily hustle and bustle, which afforded the football players and some top government officials the opportunity to relax and unwind. It was indeed an evening of bliss, organized to appreciate and congratulate the Flying Antelopes for emerging champions of the NPFL title. For Governor Peter Mba, who could not withhold his joy, winning the trophy brings Enugu State to the limelight in the country and beyond. While assuring them of his administration's continuous support, the governor charged the club not to relent in their efforts to clinch more trophies in subsequent tournaments.
You've made us proud, and we will in turn also make you happy. So on that note, we're going to provide the sum of 50 million naira and then there are also other non-cash rewards that we have planned for all of you. Okay, I'm going to be speaking with your general manager for those non-cash rewards, but we are going to provide non-cash rewards to you people, something that would implant you in our state and immortalize you. You know that the history of Rangers cannot be told or be complete without you people. You have indeed also have your name affixed in that indelible sand of history of Rangers. So we commend you and we thank you and would say, as we've always said, continue with your never die spirit.
Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development appreciated the governor for his support towards the transformation of the club.
The last time Your Excellency saw them, Your Excellency was lifting this beautiful trophy that stands before you. And the team have come back here to formally present the trophy to Your Excellency at Your Excellency's invitation to dine with you. And we want to take this opportunity to thank Your Excellency for all the support, all the encouragement, all the facilitations that you've made for this team to achieve this. Please, I will give His Excellency a round of applause. Each and every one of us here in this room are aware that this feat could not have been achieved without the complete backing and support of Your Excellency. And so for that, Your Excellency, we're most grateful. We thank you also for giving us this opportunity to be here with you and for receiving the team. They're very happy. They are truly delighted to be dining with you. And so I want to once again thank Your Excellency. Thank you, sir.
General Manager of Rangers International Club noted that the club's jersey is now instituted at the FIFA Museum in Switzerland and the club nominated for various awards.
But the feeling has never been like what we have today. You were there to watch this team play against Pendel Insurance. You sat there Even when the goal hadn't come, you kept believing. I kept looking at you, and I saw the passion, the belief. And it gave me confidence that this club is on a journey to true greatness. This club is on a journey to announce its prominence again in Africa. And that is why today, these players here could look at their eyes, could see their faces. They are proud. You told them the last time, go and get this trophy and forget what you will do for them. And even when they left, they said, you've done enough. And then I smiled and I told them, you don't know the man whom we follow. So, Your Excellency, today we want to thank you for everything. We want to thank you for easing the stress of our trips. We want to thank you for approving for corporate sponsors to get on board and push for the Ranger story, the story you've written, the story that even before you became the governor you've had in your mind. We want to thank you, Your Excellency, for taking the pains, even in the turbulence of the weather from Abuja to Jos, to be there to witness the lifting of this trophy.
This is the 8th time the Rangers International Football Club is lifting the trophy. The United Nations has shown interest in partnering and supporting Enugu state government in enforcing the needed development, which is in line with its 2023 Sustainable Development Goals. This was made known when the UN Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator, Nigeria, Mohammed Malik, paid a walking visit to the governor. Mohammed Malik was received with his entourage at the Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Chidebere Onya. On arrival at the Government House, the UN Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator extolled the infrastructural development in the state. He noted that his visit is driven by the vision and extraordinary leadership of the governor, which has touched some key sectors that are of interest to the UN, such as agriculture, education, renewable energy, security, job creation, among others.
Not only we help people to get back on their feet, but we give back people hope. We take them away from despair to hope. And this is one of the roles I was given to bring it about in Nigeria. And when I started relying on Fred, who is my political advisor, he had suggested that why don't we look certain states and see what's going there, on there. And that's how Enugu was chosen. And was chosen because of your leadership. It was chosen because of what we heard about it. It was chosen because of the advice I was given by them. Coming in here and just thinking that I was going to have 5-minute courtesy conversation before we come to this room, I have seen and I have experienced something that I have not seen almost in my 35 years of working in the development sphere. I have seen a leader who have the vision. I have seen a leader who have the commitment. I have seen the leader who have the heart for his people. I have seen a leader who has the intellect, master the figure, knows in and out the data. In a few minutes, I have seen exactly what I was looking for when I came back.
Dr. Peter Mbahu reiterated his administration's commitment to repositioning the state through people-oriented policies and programs. Said they are prioritizing health, education, agriculture, and water sectors in order to eradicate poverty and provide a conducive environment for habitation and for businesses to thrive.
Our vision in Enugu and the projects we do are quite aligned with the UN aims and objectives, particularly, as you have mentioned, the Sustainable Development Goals. You can see that a lot of our indicators still struggle to even meet what was then known as the Millennium Development Goals. Meanwhile, the rest of the world have moved on to the challenges of the Sustainable Development Goals and are being measured by those goals and standards. We took the view in Enugu State, in the build-up to our campaign and to the elections, that we have to leapfrog in order to also join the rest of the world in being measured by the Sustainable Development Goals. So if you look at the manifesto, which was the basis on which we entered into a social contract with the people, a lot of them, a lot of the promises and a lot of the things we have in our manifesto were inspired and influenced by the Sustainable Development Goals. So we felt that we needed to innovatively disrupt the status quo. We needed to do things differently. We acknowledge that even though the operating model or the operating system we had may have served us, but it's come to a point where because the rest of the world keep recording giant strides across all spheres of human endeavor. And if we're not found in that story, if we're discounted in that story, we have a duty to ensure that the next generation, those coming behind us, are not discounted from the future world story.
The UN Resident and Humanitarian Coordinator promised to frequently communicate with the state government to tap from its model of leadership and vision for emulation by other African leaders. And this is where we close the curtain on this week's edition of the program. Remember to join us again next week, God willing. Till then, enjoy the rest of the week, and goodbye.
Tomorrow is here. Tomorrow is here. Drama. Esimepe adiwa. Makana miria babako. Industrial revolution. Abata konde nukunu. Okwa digital economy. Yeah. Agricultural revolution. Oh.
Chief. Good morning, sir. You are here already?
No, now my spirit there. My body there for house. What kind of question is that? Were you not the one that fixed this meeting for 8 a.m.? You are now coming by 10 a.m. and start asking me jab questions.
But Chief, now, I'm sorry. Don't you also go late for meetings sometimes? You know now, African time.
No more African time. And no more pancaking of face during office hours. At the end of the day, we will lose valuable time. We will not make progress. If we want to move this nation forward, we must treat business as business and respect time. Change begins with me.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry. Can we go for the meeting now, Chief?
Better.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal.
Welcome to Garden Court Hotels and Resorts, situated at 3 Airport Corner Road, Airport Corner Bus Stop along Airport Road, Emene, Enugu. A home away from home, where all your needs are available, even at an affordable rate. Our ultra-modern guest rooms, spacious parking lot, sports bar and recreational facilities, club lounge and VIP bar, guaranteed security, multi-purpose hall. Come and let us pamper you a little, and you will never regret it. For reservations and inquiries, call 0803-224-5229, 0812-344-3344, 0909-602-3096.